Welcome to a fascinating journey into ancient philosophy, where two great thinkers, Heraclitus and Parmenides, stand at the center of a timeless debate. Their contrasting views on reality have shaped philosophical discussions for centuries. In this video, we'll explore their core ideas, the roots of their disagreement, and why their arguments still matter today. Let's begin by understanding the world in which these philosophers lived and how their backgrounds influenced their thinking. This context will help us appreciate the depth of their arguments and the enduring impact of their philosophies. Heraclitus, often called the weeping philosopher, was born in Ephesus around 535 BCE. He's best known for his belief that change is the fundamental nature of the universe. Heraclitus observed the world and saw constant movement and transformation everywhere. His famous phrase, "You cannot step into the same river twice," captures his view that everything is in flux. For Heraclitus, stability is an illusion and the only constant is change itself. This perspective would become the cornerstone of his philosophical legacy. Heraclitus believed that the universe is governed by a principle he called the logos, a kind of rational order underlying all change. He argued that opposites are necessary for life and that conflict drives the process of becoming. Fire, for Heraclitus, symbolized the ever-changing nature of existence. He saw harmony in the tension between opposites, suggesting that life's contradictions are what make it dynamic and meaningful. This view set him apart from many of his contemporaries and laid the groundwork for later philosophical debates. Parmenides, hailing from Elea in southern Italy, was a contemporary of Heraclitus but held radically different views. Born around 515 BCE, Parmenides is often regarded as the founder of metaphysics. He challenged the idea of change, arguing instead that reality is unchanging and eternal. For Parmenides, all change is an illusion, and what truly exists is a single, unalterable being. His ideas would profoundly influence the course of Western philosophy, especially through his famous poem on nature. Parmenides' central claim is that what is, and what is not is not. He believed that true reality is a single, unchanging whole. According to Parmenides, our senses deceive us into believing in change and diversity, but reason reveals the underlying unity of existence. He dismissed the world of appearances as mere illusion, insisting that only rational thought can lead us to the truth. This radical stance set the stage for centuries of philosophical debate about the nature of reality. At the heart of the Heraclitus versus Parmenides debate lies a fundamental question: is change real or is it an illusion? Heraclitus sees the world as a place of constant transformation, while Parmenides insists that change is impossible. Their arguments force us to consider whether our everyday experiences reflect the true nature of reality, or if there's a deeper, unchanging essence beneath the surface. This disagreement forms the foundation of their philosophical rivalry. Heraclitus argues that everything is in a state of becoming. He points to the natural world, rivers flowing, seasons changing, people growing older, as evidence that nothing stays the same. For Heraclitus, this constant change is not chaotic but follows a rational order, the logos. He believes that understanding this process helps us make sense of life's unpredictability and find meaning in the midst of flux. Parmenides, on the other hand, claims that change is logically impossible. He reasons that for something to change, it must come from what is not, but what is not cannot exist. Therefore, all change is an illusion. Parmenides urges us to trust reason over our senses, arguing that only rational thought can reveal the true, unchanging nature of reality. This perspective challenges us to question the reliability of our perception. One of Heraclitus' most famous metaphors is the river. He said, "You cannot step into the same river twice, because the water is always flowing and changing." This image captures his belief that everything is in motion and nothing remains the same. The river metaphor has become a powerful symbol for the philosophy of change and is still referenced in discussions about transformation and impermanence today. Parmenides introduced the concept of being as the only true reality. He argued that being is indivisible, eternal, and unchanging. For Parmenides, all apparent change is just an illusion created by our senses. This concept would later influence philosophers like Plato, who grappled with the distinction between appearance and reality. The idea of being remains central to metaphysical discussions even in modern philosophy. Debate between Heraclitus and Parmenides didn't end with them. Their ideas deeply influenced later philosophers, especially Plato and Aristotle. Plato tried to reconcile their views by distinguishing between the world of forms, unchanging, and the world of senses, changing. Aristotle, meanwhile, developed his own theories about substance and change, building on the foundations laid by these early thinkers. Their arguments continue to shape philosophical inquiry to this day. How does the Heraclitus versus Parmenides debate still matter? In today's world, we constantly grapple with questions about change, stability, and the nature of reality. Whether in science, psychology, or daily life, the tension between flux and permanence remains relevant. Their arguments encourage us to think critically about what we perceive and to question the assumptions we hold about the world around us. Science, the debate echoes in discussions about the nature of matter and the universe. Physics, for example, explores both the changing states of energy and matter and the underlying laws that remain constant. The Heraclitean view aligns with the dynamic processes we observe, while the Parmenidean perspective reminds us to look for unchanging principles. This balance is crucial in scientific discovery. On a personal level, the debate invites us to reflect on our own lives. Are we defined by constant change, or is there a core self that remains the same? Heraclitus encourages us to embrace transformation, while Parmenides suggests seeking stability and inner unity. Both perspectives offer valuable insights for navigating life's challenges and understanding our own identities. Clash between Heraclitus and Parmenides remains one of the most intriguing debates in philosophy. Their opposing views on change and permanence challenge us to think deeply about the nature of reality. Whether we lean toward the ever-changing world of Heraclitus or the stable unity of Parmenides, their arguments continue to inspire reflection and discussion. As we conclude, remember that philosophy thrives on such debates, pushing us to question, explore, and seek understanding in a complex world.